As Easter Sunday draws a little closer, we see images of Easter eggs everywhere. They are a festive reminder of the coming holiday. But in the legislature, there is some action that may have a huge impact on the retirement security of teachers and other public school employees. These dedicated professionals shouldn't have to worry about their retirement nest eggs will sustain them after they leave the classroom or their school buildings. Florida teachers and education staff professionals make up almost half, 49.8% of the total membership of the Florida retirement system. And in fact, 79% of the public school employees in the FRS system are women. And women have a longer life expectancy and a greater need for retirement security. Women are more likely to interrupt their careers to take care of their small children and their elderly parents. And that interruption means there's less money saved for retirement. Women live longer and need to plan for a longer retirement. That makes the protections of the defined benefit plan more valuable than any of the proposals being bandied about in the legislature. Our members who devote their professional lives to teaching our children and making sure they are safe and well cared for in our schools are already facing financial sacrifice to their dedication to our children. Teachers earn less than those with similar levels of college education who enter professions like computer programming, public accountants, and nurses. In Florida, that pay gap is even larger because we pay on the average $10,000 less than the national average for teachers. But we chose to go into the teaching profession and work in our public schools because we love our work and we love our students. We used to be able to take comfort knowing that we would have security if we did our job well, due process rights if problems arose, and there would be a modest nest egg when we decided to enjoy our retirement. But look what keeps happening to the teaching profession and our neighborhood public schools on a yearly basis over at the Capitol. Recent changes by the legislature have already made teaching in Florida a bad idea. It's a bad deal for new teachers, and unneeded changes to the FRS system will only make that worse. Because of the actions of our political leaders, teachers have no expectation of continuing employment, no due process, a performance-based pay system that's not funded, and it's based on information and data that's irrelevant and faulty. Now, those same political leaders want changes to the pension system that guarantee retirement insecurity. These proposals make it more difficult for our public schools to recruit and retain high-quality teachers. This legislative session, we at the FEA have gotten to know someone who is a representative of many college students that are ready to leave the classroom and become teachers in this great state. And with me is Sammy Jones. He's a student at the University of Florida, and he would like to become he's an intern with us this session, and he wants to become a history teacher. But as he spent some time with us during this legislative session, he has witnessed some things that aren't so appealing to him. And so now he's rethinking his goal of whether or not he will stay and teach in this state or if he will leave this state. And so for us, that's sad. And that's a sad statement for our state. But the saddest thing about this whole rush to gut the FRS system, it's totally unnecessary. The FRS is funded at 87%, which is more than the 80% threshold for a healthy retirement system. And that number would be even higher if our legislative leaders would have done the right thing and funded it all along. The FRS is one of the strongest state retirement systems in our nation. It is on good financial footing and provides reasonable benefits at a low cost to the taxpayers. Moving to a defined contribution system instead of a defined benefit plan is going to have real consequences for our school employees. A young teacher entering the system next year can expect $1,900 a month after 30 years of service under the current FRS plan. But under the investment plan, the legislature wants to force or even lure new hires into a different plan, and that would decrease from $1,900 to $1,200 a month. And that is only if they receive a 2% pay raise per year and their investments do well. After a lifetime of service to Florida communities, our teachers and education staff professionals shouldn't have to worry about retiring into poverty. Legislators need to leave the Florida retirement system alone, let us teach, and let us do what we do best.